our new favourite thing at this podcast, FPL. Oh, yes. Now I'm fully involved. Reese is fully involved. James Veck, not sure, slipping down the league. Now, FPL, this is an interesting one because we've been discussing this before we came on. There was, I don't know who this lad's name was, Chioto, I can't pronounce his name. He's disappeared from our league. So we know it's open season in our league now because the top person, Johnny Roberts, shout out to Johnny, he is on 434 points. I am in 9th on 397. Reese is in 10th with 396. Becky is 18th with 369. All it takes is a couple of good weeks and you're back on top. And remember, the winner gets to come on the podcast with us. Huge incentive for any man, woman, or person, depending on how you like to identify. So, yeah, FPL, Reese. Obviously, you played your wild card. Explain to people what the wild card is and how that kind of messed up for you this week.
So the wild card essentially is a method of making unlimited transfers without incurring a penalty. I played my wild card and, I kept Tyrick Mitchell in just because I didn't know how to replace him. I left $1 million in the bank to, use it down the line.
Yeah.
He picked up a further knock, wasn't fit for Palace, and I think now will be displaced by Patrick Van Aanholt. So lots of people out there who will have him. Probably time to start thinking about taking him out. I also put Pulisic in, who got injured in the warm-up for Chelsea.
Nightmare. As soon as I saw that,
it is a freak occurrence in Fantasy League, but it does happen, and there is always a few unlucky people that it happens to. Just lucky that I didn't captain him. But Ings also took a knock, and you can get really unlucky in that sense. You got to move on. You got to dust yourself down, of course. I think now it is time to start considering the next few weeks. Spurs players over the last few weeks have had a good run of games, and I'm pretty sure anyone who's had Kane and Son in their team over the last few weeks have reaped the rewards. Like we mentioned on the podcast a few weeks ago, it was time to put them in. Now it's time to take them out. They've got to play. I think they've got to play Chelsea. They've got to play Man City.
They got a big fixture list coming.
They've got a few coming. So it is time to have a think about taking them out. It is time to start thinking about putting Chelsea players in. Chelsea have really, really good run of fixtures. So start thinking about your next few weeks. If you've got your wildcard in hand, don't play it. There's an international break coming up. People can get injured in international duty, so just wait and see. Sergio Aguero is expected back after the November internationals. So let's just wait and see what happens. Let's keep that wild card in play in case we need to get Gareth Bale in case he hits a good run. Or Sergio Aguero if he hits the ground running with City. So let's just wait and see.
Yeah, interesting. I was looking at. I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. The Spurs game this weekend, I believe they have West Brom away, if I remember rightly. And West Brom, nobody have I don't think maybe only Burnley and West Brom. We'll call them equal for now. They're probably not, but they both conceded sort of the most amount of goals this season. So I was looking at it and thinking, wow, Harry Kane, triple captain. Before the international break, is he worth a shout? Could he bag a hat-trick against that West Brom side? And I think a lot of it depends on the side that Spurs put out on Thursday night. If there are any injuries, for example, Thursday night. So Harry Kane potential, I'm throwing it out there now, triple captain, you heard it here first. If he bags a hat-trick, I told you all. I have a decent standing in these leagues now. I feel like I can talk publicly about these things. So Kane is a potential triple captain, maybe. The wild card, and with Reese, I'm keeping mine till after the international break, at which point we analyse things again. If you are looking for points defensively to give yourself a good base. Looking at the fixture list this week, I would look at Chelsea defenders. I would look at West Ham defenders. I would look at Brighton defenders. Brighton are playing Burnley at home. I fully expect Brighton to get a win. Burnley have scored hardly anything. I think it's maybe 3 goals this season. So, your Websters, your Lamperties, people like that, pop them in. Very good value signings. If you are looking at adding a very good goalkeeper signing, I think Mendy at Chelsea was only 5 million when I checked this week. So I fully expect them to get a clean sheet. I think they're playing Sheffield United. Sheffield United really struggling. Kurt Zuma is another good signing, very cost effective. Chilwell is another very good signing, so you could pop him in as well. Looking forward at that Chelsea side, again, a lot depends on what happens midweek. Hakim Ziyech just starting to find a bit of form. He's found his place in the Chelsea team. He'd be another very good signing if we're looking for someone going forward. In terms of the back four for West Ham I think are playing Fulham at home. So if you are looking for any cheap signings, again, Cresswell and Fabianski would be my shouts moving forward. So defensively, give yourself that base, and you can then expand over the course of the team. So yeah, what do you reckon, Reece? Any transfers you got in mind in particular?
Look, for me, it's I've got to mend my team rather than amend it. I think the injuries that I've got, I'm going to wait and assess how they look after the Champions League week. I think Hakim Ziyech for Pulisic might be the sub that needs to happen for me, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah. I think the one I'm definitely going to go with is Fabianski for Rui Patricio. That's what I'm looking at this week. So I've only got the one free transfer myself this week, so I'm not going to make too many adjustments. But I'm going to try and give myself that defensive base to build upon, being that my midfield were very poor this week. FYI, I left Tierney on the bench. I left Harvey Barnes on the bench. Between them, they got 13 points. My two players that I had in their place only got 2, so I missed out on 11 points. And I'm still talking about it now because I've had sleepless nights about it. That's how much it's affected me. But yeah, those are the FPL shouts this week. Obviously, get in the comments below. Let us know your take on FPL, who you're picking, who you're not picking. Are you triple captaining this weekend? Let me and Reece know.